Alright guys, it's your boy Madden Gaming, and today I got another reaction video for you guys, and this one got EA made a huge update to Madden 24. I'm thinking this might be an Ultimate Team thing. I'm not really an Ultimate Team player, but who knows, it could be franchise or superstar mode or it could be anything. So I'm interested to see what the big update is from EA for Madden. But before we hop into this, I'm gonna need you guys to like this video right now, subscribe to your boy if you want more reactions just like this one. Without further ado,
The new title update for Madden 24 is finally here, and it comes with a few things that we have been waiting for, including something really big for franchise mode. Now, it's been about a month since the last title update, so we've definitely been waiting on quite a few things, and we're starting to get to that later point of the year where we're not going to see as many updates going forward. We might see a couple more into March, maybe April, and then it's going to be on to the upcoming Madden game. So we're kind of getting the last few out of the way here, so anything that we're still waiting for, we should expect in these last few months. And if
that's
you never want to miss
crazy
out
to
on
think
any
about,
of
man.
these important
These
videos
years
or
just
the
going by
upcoming Madden
fast.
25 videos, as we're going to start getting leaks and news
I still
for
can't
that
believe
soon,
it's
make sure to subscribe
2024.
and turn the bell icon on. That way you never miss any of these important videos when they go live. So today kicks off season 4 of Madden 24. Now, most of the season related stuff is typically Ultimate Team related, but this also comes with other game updates such as gameplay, franchise mode, and
That's what I thought.
more. So let's start first with the gameplay updates, and then we'll get into the franchise mode stuff. So one of the first things they did was they fixed an issue preventing defenders equipped with the edge threat ability from using non-engaged pass rush moves. And they added a dev note here that says, we adjusted the tolerance for non-engaged pass rush moves to trigger more. This will allow pass rushers to use pass rush moves that trigger before they get engaged by a blocker. So honestly, I really think this would mostly just help with like the standard 4-man pass rush. If you have a guy with edge threat, you should maybe be getting home a little bit quicker, because as we've seen this year, the edge threat type abilities definitely weren't as powerful as they had been in the past, which kind of makes it hard at times to just run a 3 or 4-man rush and kind of play a bend don't break style defense while also being able to get to the quarterback in a timely fashion. And that's why you see so many people doing all of these A gap and edge blitzes, but hopefully this should kind of help mitigate that and make the standard 4-man pass rush a little bit better. They also fixed an issue where the conductor ability was not granting the user 2 adjustments as the QB was walking to the line. So that's obviously something that's pretty annoying, because as you know, in this game, you can only do one hot route at a time, and then you kind of have to wait for everybody to set up, and then you can do them one by one by one. Well, the conductor ability allows you to do 2 adjustments while you're walking up to the line of scrimmage so that you can get 2 of them out of the way, and on some plays you only need 2 adjustments, so it kind of allows you that ability to quick snap against the defense. Well, the ability was not working properly, but that has now finally been fixed. And here's a really big one. They did tuning to fatigue logic, so defenders who are not dedicated pass rushers will suffer a more severe fatigue penalty when engaging with a pass blocker that is significantly bigger than them. It says here, with the prevalence of defensive back blitzes being used as staple defenses, we noticed that there were many cases where the DB would get picked up by a tight end or an offensive lineman that was significantly bigger and stronger than the defensive back, but the blitzing DB would be able to engage in this mismatch over and over again without fatiguing. Now, if a defender who is not a dedicated pass rusher having a power move and finesse move rating below 70 engages in a blocking mismatch where they are outweighed by 90 pounds or more, they will suffer a significant fatigue hit. Now, this right here could possibly change the landscape of defense in this game, because we know a lot of blitzes are defensive back blitzes. Now, we do also have a lot of blitzes that are A-gap blitzes where they do come through.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of defensive back
as much, but when you're trying to
like
get that pressure off the edge, if you're blitzing DBs, they're going to start fatiguing much quicker. This will maybe change how people play defense a little bit, because while they'll get fatigued while actually rushing the passer, they'll also be fatigued if you're dropping them in
change in my opinion
as well, and they're going to take more plays to kind of replenish that stamina, and that really could have an effect on how they play. And this really could possibly change
more
the game. We kind of have to
realistic.
play a little bit and see what happens, but this is actually a pretty big change. And they also implemented some general stability fixes, which they do with every update, and we still to this day don't really know exactly what that means. I mean, we just assume it's server related stuff, or things that could potentially cause the game to crash,
probably
or
some stuff like on the
freeze, or
back
anything
end.
like that. I'm pretty sure that's what it means, but we don't actually know what it specifically affects, but they always just throw that in there. And really quickly, before we continue on into the franchise updates, I do want to let you know about today's video sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. They are my favorite fantasy app, but my favorite thing about them is their pick'em game, where you simply just pick What everybody has been waiting for is finally here. The franchise crossplay live beta is now here
Holy
with this title update. Now, there was a
snap.
private beta that took place a couple months ago that I've talked about numerous times on the channel, but now we actually have a
What?
live beta for
How did I miss
everybody to
this?
play through the regular game. You don't have to download like a separate app or a beta version of the game. This is in the actual version of Madden 24. And
Oh,
what it
it's in
says
the
here
actual
is, with our
version?
franchise crossplay live beta, cloud franchise leagues can now include users of all supported cross-play platforms. Cross-play is available for Xbox Series X/S, PlayStation 5, and PC platforms. Internet connection, all game updates, and EA account required. Check the league settings to enable crossplay today. And they also added an important dev note here that says, please note that this feature is in live beta and can be implemented in any league. However, please note we strongly recommend that you start a new franchise file for crossplay
It's a
in the
good
event our team
recommendation.
would need to
You know people
temporarily
won't
disable
listen
the
though,
feature during
especially
the live
gamers.
beta. So basically here, if you have an existing league, you can enable crossplay and start inviting people from other platforms. But if you want to try this out, it's just
That
kind of
is
recommended that you do it with
crazy.
a brand new
I'm
league, maybe
loving
to
this
test it out, only
crossplay
because it is still a live
aspect that's
beta,
coming into
meaning
video
this
games.
isn't the 100% locked in finished version of crossplay. They're doing further testing because they've done the private testing, but you also need to test this in the
I didn't even
actual
know it was
game itself,
private.
because as we know, in the past, we've seen a lot of different server issues, especially with franchise last year, and we just see issues in general. Something like this going live in the middle of a game that has been out for months, there's bound to potentially be some issues that come up. So if you
Yeah,
implement this in an
it's not
ongoing
gonna
league
be
that
it's
maybe
not gonna be
you're already a
perfect.
couple years
That's a
deep
given.
in, and they have to wind up disabling this to either update it or maybe fix an issue that they encounter, that's gonna mess your league up and put it on hold. And I don't think that's really a good idea to do that. Really, when it comes to something like this, they have to see what kind of bugs or potential problems could pop up, because while doing a private beta is great, you're never going to get the full extent of how something is going to work or what problems can arise if you don't actually test it in the actual game. So there's bound to be something that they're going to encounter that they haven't encountered before, and they're going to have to take it offline and maybe do some tweaks to make sure that it's working properly. So if you want to test it out, kind of do it at your own risk, or just start a brand new franchise league to mess around with it. But hey, it's finally here, and that's great. People have been waiting. I know a lot of people were kind of nervous that this
Is
wasn't going to come in
crazy.
24, that we'd maybe have to wait till next year. I'm actually pretty surprised that they were able to kind of stick to
I
their word
never
here
like
and get
really
this
saw an
in for
update
Madden
on it. I thought it was
24,
just gonna
which
come
shows that
later
they are,
since I never really
definitely
saw
putting that
anything on
effort
it.
into things like franchise mode and making sure that the players have what they want. Because I definitely thought there was a good chance we wouldn't see this until Madden 25. So I'm actually really glad they were able to get
Yeah,
this done. Now, in
that's what I
terms of
thought too. I
Superstar
thought they was
mode,
gonna
all
save
they
it for
have
next
listed
year's
are
Madden.
various
I mean, for
stability
this year's
updates. So
Madden
again, things to do with servers and crashing.
to
They
have it
didn't
like
add
as
any
like
new
a big
content,
new
which I think is kind of a
feature,
miss. I think
but
with Superstar
this
and
is
the
great.
Showdown mode, I would have liked to see them do more with it this year, adding different content to it, and they just haven't done that. And I know Superstar mode, they've said it's going to be one of their biggest focuses going forward. They wanted to put it in the game this year. They wanted to get it started, and the next few years, building that mode out to be something much bigger than what it is now and what previously Face of the Franchise was, is like one of the top
I
things
think
on
it's
their
gonna
list.
be kind
But
of like
I really thought they
2K,
could
my
add more
career, in
content
my
to it during
opinion.
this year, just
Like
to
over the
spice it up, and
years,
they
I think
haven't
it's
really
gonna be
done
like that.
In terms of Madden Ultimate Team, I know a lot of people that watch my channel aren't the biggest Ultimate Team players. I will have up on the screen right now the different issues that they fixed with Ultimate Team, but it looks like mainly just some crashing issues. They also in the practice mode, so some just little quality of life fixes there that.
All right, well, I'm gonna stop it right there because I'm not really, like he said, most people that watch him do not really play Ultimate Team. I've never really played Ultimate Team. It looks cool, but never really played it. But cosplay in franchise mode, wow! I know you guys out there are like, let's go! It's finally like I did not hear any updates about it. Like I thought it was gonna be in Madden 25 like as like the big standout, but it's live now. It's in beta, so make sure you read it. It's in beta, but you can play it now with your existing franchise mode. Me personally, like the recommendation said, I would start me a new one. Like if you already in it, like deep in it, almost in the playoffs, then don't start a new one. But if you kind of like early on in the season, I'll start a new one just so you do not have issues. And then watch, it's gonna be people that have issues with it. EA already recommend to start over a new franchise mode. They're gonna go on X/Twitter and they're gonna complain about, oh, this is the buggy, this is bad, this and this and that. Watch, that's exactly what's gonna happen. But I enjoyed this, and that was a massive update right there. I know there was more that he talked about, but for me, that's massive. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.